It's that time of the year. Terrible Christmas gifts you'll regift, awful family members you can't wait to kick out, and New Year's resolutions you'll break. But as always, you can count on PokerStars to make your Sundays fabulous. Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome to the Sunday Million Highlight Show. I'm David Tuckman, and this is your final 9. You'll recognize the name on top of that leaderboard. That is Shaniac, online team pro, Shane Schleger. And he is going to relinquish his lead to Altieri, but currently in second place with 11.6 million chips. We're going to pick up the action in hand number 8. Blinds are 150,000, 300,000. 2 Dutchmen, 2 German, a Ukrainian, player from England, a Norwegian, and a Chilean. And then 1 Schleger, or 1 Shaniac, any way you want to put it. Altieri, our chip leader, with ace-8 offsuit. Half of the dead man's hand, and he's going to raise it to 2x. And when I say 2x, I mean 2 times the big blind. Veenstar, going to fold. Poker Ass with pocket 9s, going to call. Tom Blade, no thank you. And I fold second nuts with a weak ace, is not going to play, not going to get involved. Pot nearly 2 million chips. Ace, 5, deuce. Top pair, not much of a kicker for Altieri. And he's going to check it. See a lot of good players do that. His hand has showdown value. And Poker Ass has to decide how to play these 9s. He's going to take a shot at it with 780,000. We know Altieri is not going to fold. By the way, 7,296 players started this tournament. We are down to our final 9. Altieri is going to check raise. Kind of an odd play. I thought he would check it to do a little bit of pot control. But now he's actually check raised. But he's hit 2 pair. 2.4 million. And poker's going to call. He's stubborn. Can only beat a bluff right now. That's all he's got as a bluff catcher. 6 of diamonds on the river. The flush got there. And is Altieri going to be scared of it? Pot nearly 10 million chips. And if you're Poker Ass, you've got to realize that your hand doesn't have much showdown value. He's going to check behind anyway, though. Gives up. And our chip leader gets richer. Adds about 5 million chips to his stack. He's going to give some of those away, but still at 16.6 million chips as we jump ahead to hand 15. Telef with the ace-5. Early position. Only has about 14 big blinds. He's going to pick a better spot. Shaniac as well. Numjoke. Or maybe that's Numjake. With pocket 7s in the cutoff seat. Definitely worthy of a raise. He's got about 16 big blinds. And he's going to shove it all in. And I don't think Altieri is going to call, but I'm pretty sure Veenstar is going to call. And I know it's Veenstar, but I'm not that bright. It's easier for me to see Veenstar. So we've got a race here. Ace-King of Spades against Numjokes. 7s. Pot is 10.1 million chips, and it's Numjokes tournament life on the line, and it's not looking good for him. 10 Jack Queen. How about Broadway for Veenstar? Another queen? Well, a queen or a 7 on the river. Oh, it's the ace of diamonds, and Veenstar up to 11.7 million chips. Numjoke is gone. He's from Kiev, Ukraine, and he earns himself $11,308. Jump ahead to hand 29. 8 players remain. And the blinds have jumped up to 200,000, 400,000. Tom Blade with the ace-king. Going to make it 910,000. Pretty standard. And you can kind of see where this one's going to go. Shaniac folds. F Morbid. With the king-jack, not really a hand you want to be calling from out of position. He's going to let that one go. And our chip leader, Altieri, from Germany, probably going to 3-bet this one. Here comes the re-raise. Yep, he's going to re-raise enough to put his opponent all in. And Tom Blade is going to call with the ace-king. This is one of those hands that played themselves. Pot 10.3 million chips. And there's the king. King 10-6. It's good to have ace-king so far in this tournament, at least at the final table. Nobody has a diamond in their hand, a queen and only a queen. on the river, and it's not going to happen. And Tom Blade with 2 pair, kings and sixes with the ace kicker, is going to double up to $10.3 million. Well, nobody has a ton of chips here. It really is anybody's tournament, and that probably was part of the reason why these players decided to make a deal 7 ways. We don't normally see deals 7 ways, but these players decided to do it. They're still playing for a ton of money, and of course, the coveted title. F. Morbiducci is going to raise on the button with King 9. Altieri in the small blind is going to 3-bet. Kind of a min 3-bet. A little bit odd. Normally a min 3-bet like that is kind of indicative of a huge hand. Ace-Queen offsuit, not really that big a hand, especially out of position. Back over to F. Morbid. And you're almost priced in to at least call this. See what happens. You certainly are deep enough. Yep, and F. Morbid is going to make the call. Pot now 3.27 million chips. Jack 9-4. And F. Morbid has outflopped his opponent. And this is one of the reasons why I thought Altieri's 3-bet, especially out of position, was a little bit small. His bet sizing, not necessarily something I would do. I like the 3-bet, though. A lead out of 1.2 million. And my guess is that F. Morbid is going to make the call. He's got a piece of this. Yep, he's going to make the call. Pot now 5.67 million to the turn. 10 of spades, and that's an interesting card. It's going to give Altieri a whole bunch of outs. Any spade, any king, any queen, and of course any ace. And Altieri is going to bet 2 million. And it's going to be tougher and tougher for F. Morbid to continue on, but he does just that. Pot just under 10 million chips. And here's the river. It's a jack, and that's probably one of the cards you did want to see. Less likely your opponent has a jack. Altieri is going to check. And if you're F. Morbid, you're probably going to check behind. Unless you think you maybe can get, pocket queens to fold. Unlikely, though. F. Morbid is going to check this one, think he has showdown value. And he does have showdown value. He's going to win this pot and add nearly 5 million chips to his stack. He's up to almost 20 million chips. Altieri dips below the 10 million mark. A lot of stuff going on with PokerStars. Of course, the PCA going on right now in the Bahamas. If you haven't been there, check it out. And if you want to play this tournament and you want to play it for free, we're going to give you that opportunity. That's right. Click on Tourney, click on Free Roll, but you'll need the password, and we're going to give you that in just a bit.
You hear the talk, the whispers, the chat room gossip about how unlucky they were to get knocked out and how lucky you were to win the thing. Well, here's all I know about Lady Luck.
All in.
Call. She likes to hang out with the guys who practice the hardest.
At PokerStars.com, there's a tournament starting every second. Develop your game at the world's largest poker site.
Welcome back to your Sunday Million Highlights show. 7 players remain. Hand 45, this is what it looked like. F. Morbiducci, our chip leader with 20.2 million chips. Telef, our short stack, with now just over 4 million. And still anybody's tournament, though. Once again, a reminder, these players did make a deal 7-handed. But plenty of money still up for grabs. And, of course, the title. And I mentioned the PCA. I mentioned the Bahamas. I was there last year. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it this year. If you've never been, this is something you should definitely circle on your calendar. Check it out. Some of the best tournament action, some of the best cash game action you'll find anywhere down in the Bahamas. And, hey, if you want to take a break from the tables, you've got the beach, you've got the water, you've got some great drinks. Check it out. So Telef is all in. Tom Blade is going to make the call. And it is Telef's tournament life on the line. And he's hit his jack. Queen Jack 5 rainbow. Tom Blade needs a 9 if he wants to knock out Telef. Here's the river. Not going to happen. And Telef survives up to 8.7 million chips. 7 players still at this final table. Hand 71. Blinds now 250,000, 500,000. Tom Blade with the ace-6. I like the raise. Kind of midish late position. Hijack seat. He's going to put pressure on his opponents. He buys himself the button. Shaniak, in kind of an interesting spot, he's going to take all of the interest out of it. He's going to just shove it all in and put his opponent to the test. Hey, if in doubt, fold or shove. And Shaniak does just that. He shoves it all in. All you can eat, Tom Blade. And Tom Blade makes the call. I don't like that at all. I don't mind raising with ace-6, but you can't call off the rest of your chips with ace-6. You're just never ahead. I mean, very rarely, I should say. Well, he's ahead now. 7-6 deuce. He's flopped a pair of sixes, and Shaniak needs a jack. One card remaining. Here it is. And that is not a jack. Tom Blade gets lucky there, and he is now up to over 13 million chips. Shaniak down to 3.5 million. Well, we're going to jump ahead to hand 94, and Shaniak doubles up at some point to 6.6 million. Yeah, I wish we could show you all the hands, but it's a highlight show. Tom Blade stays aggressive. He raises it 3x with ace-6. I fold second nuts. Well, not this time you don't. He's all in for 9 million. Telef with the 6 is going to get out of the way. Shaniak almost definitely going to call this. And he does. And Tom Blade didn't want to get rid of ace-6 before. I imagine he'll fold this one. Veenstra from the Netherlands. Gonna pass. Tom Blade. No thank you. And we've got the queens against the kings. Shaniak's tournament life on the line. He's at risk. Has to avoid a queen. 4 hearts on the turn. A queen and only a queen. Has to fade 2 cards with 1 remaining. Oh! Ouch! Shaniak loses with ace-jack to ace-6, and then loses with kings to queens. And the player who was our chip leader at the start of this final table is out in 7th place. The PokerStars Team Online Pro, gone $84,000 richer. Blinds now 300,000, 600,000. Autieri, the German, makes it 2x, 1.2 million. Veenstra is not going to get involved with 7 deuce. There are times where I've played the 7 deuce game. It's not here. Tom Blade, ace-9, and he is going to shove all in. He's playing aggressive, and it's not looking good for Tom Blade. Nope, Autieri is going to call him. Tom Blade at risk. He's gotten lucky one time. Can he get lucky again? Needs diamonds or a whole bunch of 9s? Well, no diamonds out there. He needs running cards. Well, he's got a few outs here. He's open-ended. A king to chop it, an 8 to win it. And that's a 7 of diamonds. Tom Blade from Sheffield is gone in 6th place. Earns himself $78,642. 5 players remain. Veenstra with the king deuce. Not a very good hand, but he might play his position. He's played very, very tight up till now, and he's going to continue to do so. I fold second nuts with ace-queen. He is currently 2nd in chips. And Telef is all in. And I am going to call this time with the ace-queen. Against your opponent's range, ace-queen does fairly well, and I fold second nuts is going to make this call. And it's just that interesting button, small blind dynamic. 10-10-9. Telef still in the lead, but a whole bunch of cards he has to dodge. Has to dodge the ace, the queen, and the 9. The river is a queen. And it couldn't have been a queen of diamonds because Telef had a diamond in his hand, and I fold second nuts. I tell you, the lady always comes on the river for him. And we are down to 4 players. Telef, the Norwegian, gone in 5th place, earns himself just over $70,000. 4 players remain. I fold second nuts, our chip leader, but just barely over F. Morbiducci. Veenstra, currently in 4th place, has to do some work if he wants to win this. I fold second nuts with the old Dolly Parton 9-5. Don't worry, I won't start singing the song. I've been threatened. If I sing, I lose my job. F. Morbiducci.